This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Netflix. Go to netflix.com/TYT for an awesome free trial membership.
The student newspaper at Cal State University Long Beach is apologizing for an article that was published by their editor, Noah Kelly. And Noah Kelly from the Union Weekly student newspaper decided to write an editorial about a Native American event or American Indian event that they had on campus. And it was a very negative editorial where he said a lot of insensitive things about the event and food that Native Americans eat. So, in it, I'll give you a couple examples. First of all, it was titled, "Pow Wow Wow Yippee Yo Yippee Yay." So the title itself is a little questionable. And then, when he talks about the food, he compares fry bread to Mexican pizza from Taco Bell, but shittier. By the way, what kind of newspaper is this? Like, I didn't know you could write shittier in a newspaper. Like student newspapers, I mean, how many stories have we done where they publish these articles that are not very scholarly, I guess? If I were working for a student newspaper, I definitely wouldn't put shittier in my article. I don't know.
Right. But so far, look, we're going to discuss whether it's so-called racist or not, but he hasn't lost me yet. So he doesn't like Native American food. Okay. A lot of people don't like that bread. I don't like different kinds of food. Mm-hmm. Not a big fan of Ethiopian food. People love Ethiopian food. I'm just not among them. What can I do?
Right. I mean, look, here's the thing. He hasn't lost me yet either, because that is his opinion and it's fine. However, there's a way to voice your opinions or write your opinions without being offensive or insensitive. Like, there are foods that I don't like, but I would never say, I wouldn't compare it to Taco Bell and say, but it's shittier. I mean, I could say, yeah, it's not for me. It's not really my preference. It's too spicy for me, or it's too bland, or it's too this or that. I mean, this is amateur hour. Like, he's being super immature and juvenile in the way that he's describing the food. So I could see why people would be upset about it. All right, so he goes on to say, talk about a traditional dance that they did during the event. And during the dance, spectators throw money at the performers. And he basically said that the entire scene felt disingenuous and cheap. Donations are great and necessary. Tossing them unceremoniously on the ground is crass and borderline obscene. Even the homeless have hats and cups.
See, the problem with this guy is that he's being gratuitous, right? Mm-hmm. Gratuitously offensive. Like, comparing them to the homeless, saying they're worse than the homeless in that analogy, it ain't right, right? And I don't think it's crazy to go to that event and say, hey, you know what? It didn't look right, or I didn't like the food, or whatever it is. But he seems to be making fun of the culture here in a way that is over the top. And that's, of course, what got people mad.
Yeah, of course. And, there's a question of whether or not it's racist. I don't think it's racist. I think that it's super offensive and very insensitive. And I think that it's okay to dislike someone's culture or not agree with someone's culture. That happens all the time. But it's all about how you voice your dislike or, how you voice your feelings toward it. Like, you're right, he's being needlessly offensive, he's being insensitive. This is their culture. So they do a dance where, the spectators throw money at the performers. Actually, there are several cultures that do that. At weddings, Armenians do that. So, I mean, is that supposed
Crass.
to... Yeah, is that crass? I mean, are you going to make fun of my culture? Like, who are you to write that in a paper? To say, it's not something for me, I don't agree with it, yada, 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 that's totally fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. But it's the way that he writes about it. I think that it's just him showing that he has absolutely no tolerance for other cultures. And you got to have a little respect. You have to have respect for other people's cultures. You don't have to like it, but you have to show respect. That's the way I take it. That's the way I look at it. And, the thing...
Right. Now, one of his defenses is, look, I didn't mean this about all Native Americans. I was just commenting about that event. But the way he wrote it, obviously, it seemed like he'd never seen anything like this before. And he was like, oh my God, they are throwing money on the floor. That is not how white people do it. It is really weird and strange.
By the way,
Look,
of anything that you can make fun of for another culture, that's the most random in my opinion. Like, who cares? So the dancers are dancing and people are throwing money at the dancers. That happens in the United States all the time. It's called strip clubs. Like Noah Kelly.
I know.
Yeah, like why? And I'm not comparing this performance or this tradition to strip clubs. So don't get me wrong. But I love how he's acting like this is the most obscene thing in the world. I can't believe it. Come on, calm down.
Don't disrespect the Native American culture. Don't disrespect the Armenian culture, and don't disrespect stripper culture, okay? We won't have it.
Get a load of Netflix. They deliver the movie to your house, no late charges, free shipping.
You can watch thousands of movies or TV shows straight on your PC or on your television through a gaming console.
Netflix.com/TYT. Free trial membership. You get Netflix all over you.